This is a first impression, so we are really diving into this raw. Welcome! You're watching Rom, and I'll be your host for this video. My name is Cody. I'm not Serta, but if you've watched the podcast or you've seen our commentary, then you're familiar with my voice and maybe my face. I wanted to bring to you guys Le Mans Ultimate, the first impressions. We have our hands on it after such a long time of waiting, discussing, talking about Motorsport Games and their financial peril that they've been in. They've lost licenses. This is the one that they've got, and it's all or nothing for this one. So we are going to see if it's any good. We're going to be diving in, not a deep dive. It's a first impressions. Let's go on ahead and jump into it. Now, truly, without further ado, race weekend. And race weekend is all we have right now in Le Mans Ultimate. We do not have even VR support or online multiplayer. Online multiplayer is coming soon. As a matter of fact, I saw that online thing not grayed out as I was taking my initial first, poke around the settings and get things dialed in. I've reduced some of the graphic settings just because I'm concerned that there may be some performance issues. We'll find out. You have pretty much the whole WEC calendar here. Of course, we're going to be racing at Le Mans. And then you have the three classes that competed in the 2023 World Endurance Championship season. You have Hypercar, you have LMP2, you have LMGTE AM, so the GTE class. We're gonna race for 18 minutes. Now here's the thing. I've opened this screen a couple of times, and first off, it's pretty. I love the UI elements of this, but it's buggy. It's really buggy. No bones about it. This should go down to 3 minutes. A race as short as 3 minutes or as long as 24 hours. But right now, your options are between 18 minutes and 6 hours, just arbitrarily. Now sometimes, the first time, I loaded this up and it was 3 minutes to 24 hours with a whole bunch of intervals in between. Oddly enough, none of those intervals were 18 minutes. But right now that's the shortest that we can do, so we're gonna do that one. Practice, the shortest we can do is 15 minutes, but that goes all the way up to 2 hours. That seems pretty accurate, pretty apt. Qualifying goes from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. I would like to see that a bit longer. It probably is, but it's probably just a matter of the buttons aren't buttoning the way they should. But anyways, let's go on ahead and dive in. Let's actually get on track, because I'm tired of waiting. And so it starts to load, and then most of your waiting takes place at 48%, just how it shakes out. And we're gonna wait. We're gonna keep waiting. These loading times are long. If I had a watch right now, I'd check it. We have not even really got on track yet. We're going through the menus. Menus look pretty, but they're a little buggy. But hopefully the on-track experience can really make up for it. While I'm here, we are racing on a PC tower that has an RTX 3070 in it and an Intel i7 9700K, which is getting a little bit old, but it can still hold its own. For a game that only simulates one grid of cars, this is a long time to wait. All right, we're in. Let's go. This feels good. I like it. Feels kind of, a little R-Factor 2-y to be expected. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I like the way that the HUD is laid out. There's a lot going on. I imagine that there's opportunities to have a more minimal HUD. Definitely learning. Although, I will say, whenever I went off in the gravel, I didn't feel it as much in the force feedback as I would like. I am on a Thrustmaster T300 RS, which these days is considered pretty light on force feedback in the world of direct drives. I don't feel like I'm getting all that much understanding of what the wheels are doing. It's kind of locking up and I'm not feeling it. I am having fun. Really and truly. See, okay, I heard the bumping. I really didn't feel the bumping all that much. I felt more rumble in the dip at the bottom of the hill in the S's, in the middle of the S's. If you are someone who has a casual interest in this sort of thing, and you want something that is not as in-depth a complex experience as, say, you know, I don't know, an iRacing would be, this is fairly pick up and play. It's very simple right now, and part of that is because it's not done yet, but I think for the most part, this is a good, I want to role play as a WEC driver for, you know, a race weekend at least. It is a shame that there is no career mode right now, because that's what I would cut my teeth on. I would set the difficulty way down on the AI and just rip through the World Endurance Championship calendar in a shortened fashion and see how I do at the end and then chase that high. I feel like the frame rate that I'm getting is just enough. So the sand needs some work, I think, with regards to force feedback. Force feedback, I think, is my least favorite part of this. That menu took a minute to come up. Not too long, but I pushed the button and there was a noticeable delay. So keep that in mind. So the force feedback strength right now is set to 90%. I'm gonna go to 105. All right, get myself back on track here. Now the difference between 90 and 105% is actually very significant. I felt what the car was doing a lot better there. So by default, it comes to 90%. If you're on a T300 RS wheel like me, you'll know that you probably need to up it. Upping the force feedback, I'm feeling better about the force feedback overall. See, I did not feel the wheels start to slip. I saw the car start to rotate and I knew to take evasive action, but I did not feel that at all in the force feedback. I am feeling a lot better now, the weight balance and the weight transfer of these things. Overall, I like this. I think that this lighting condition shows off the prettiness of this whole array. By the way, it recognized my wheel and it automatically bound the controls for me. I can't say I've had a sim do that for me before. I mean, it's immersive. You don't see it, but I'm on an ultra wide. I can see a good bit more of the environment, and you know, I feel similar to other sims that have Le Mans, to be fair. I feel like I'm at Le Mans. It's convincing enough that it feels about as good as any sim would feel at Le Mans. Well, qualifying was fun. Hey, guess what? Le Mans Ultimate, the new game from Motorsport Games, just crashed right as I finished qualifying. That feels like a pretty fitting end. A big thank you to our subscribers, number one, and number two, our patrons. You can join us over at patreon.com and you get to support the channel and support things like reviewing Le Mans Ultimate. This is not a review copy, this is on release day. Should you spend your money on it? You know, those of you sitting with 30 euros or $32 US going, hey, should I give this to Motorsport Games? If you really want it, I think yes. I do think yes. Understand though that you are not getting a finished game. But this was the original release date where it was supposed to come out finished, and that didn't happen. They released it in an early access state. They said that a few weeks ago, that it would be coming out now in an early access state. It's not finished. There is no VR support. That's something to consider. It is really one note. It's only a race weekend. As we saw here at the end, with a game-ending crash right after practice and qualifying, the driving actually feels solid. I didn't really detect that many bugs in it. The performance, I can see some jitters. Definitely there's some roughness around the edges. The UI is beautiful on its face, but in practice has some issues, and even more so than I showed on here, there were some really major issues that popped up. It hangs just occasionally. I hit escape one time and it froze in that menu for several minutes. Just over the course of the process of hitting escape, and then the menu options come up. My final thoughts, boiled down to a nutshell, is if you truly love this sport and you want the best rendition of it, wait. But it's got good bones, it does. And I'll leave it at that. I'm still hopeful.